I'm Chuck Frederick, owner slash administrator of Helping Hands Residential Care Home. If you're interested in starting an assisted living facility and you need a 10-step plan to follow, look no further. I'm going to give you my roadmap on what steps to take and what exactly you need to do in order to get started and opening your own ALF. Make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so step one, starting your own assisted living facility. Identifying your target market. Finding your target market is the most important thing, especially when we think about how much competition is going to be in the area, what type of rates you're going to charge, how much your rent is going to be, how much the mortgage is going to be. So it's a lot of things to take into account when you're identifying what city, what area, and what type of home you're going to start your business in. If you're in Florida, we use quality.healthfinder.florida.gov. That resource tells you all the licensed ALFs in the area. So you can go and type in the zip code that you're interested in, and you can see how many facilities are in that area. And based on that, you'll know, is this a competitive market, or is this where a lot of potential clients can be if there's a lot of ALFs in that area, or is it already too saturated because there's so many in such a small zip code? So that's one thing that you can use in order to choose your target market. Something else that you can use, genworth.com/cost of care. And anybody can use that. Type in your zip code, type in your state, and you can start to do research and see how much they're charging for residential ALFs, nursing homes, the rates for private rooms, the rates for semi-private rooms, and you can kind of get a broad scope of the average rates for that area. That's another way you can kind of filter out different cities, different counties, where you want to be at, and kind of target exactly where you want to open your facility. So that's the first thing you need to do. Now, number two, for me, it was getting my administrator license. That may not be the course that of action everyone else wants to take, but for me, it was an opportunity for me to get a background about the business, to learn, to save some upfront costs, especially if you're going to be opening your first facility and you have to, pay a salary to your administrator. So for me, it made more sense to be my own administrator up front, to get that background knowledge about the business and then start to grow from there. In the ALF, pre-licensing core training is about 26 hours, I believe, online. Did the test, made flashcards, and once I got my certification, went and took the test, passed it the first time. That's how I got started. It can be for you. It doesn't have to be. If not, you can just skip to number three. All right. Once you found your target market, got your administrator license, third thing you need to do is find your property. You know where you want to be, and now you need to find a property that works for you. Ideally, you want something that's close to the interstate. Families won't have to drive 20, 30 minutes into the city in order to get to their family members. You want to conveniently locate it, so they can stop and see mom on the way home, or, however it works for them. But you'll get a lot of traffic, being closer to the interstate. You want to make sure you have enough bedrooms. You want to make sure you have enough bathrooms. You want to make sure that you're in a good neighborhood, a quiet neighborhood where there isn't too much going on during the day, especially at night, so that when the residents come and visit, it isn't something that's intimidating. And once you identify the property that you want to make sure you apply the local zoning. So when you apply the local zoning, you contact the city or the county and let them know that you're interested in starting a assisted living facility business, and you pay X amount of dollars in order to pretty much take care of that area. So they'll lock that address for you. So the reason you have to pay to secure that address is because local ordinances, state law requires that you cannot have two ALFs at least 1,000 feet within each other. So you pay the city, the county, in order to secure that address for 6 months while you're going through the licensing process, so no one else is able to apply for the same thing and open up, while you're in the process of getting licensed. So make sure you do that. Once you're approved with zoning, your next thing you want to do is establishing your business. So you want to take your time, find a family-friendly name, apply for your articles and corporations through whatever state that you're with, apply for your EIN through the IRS website, get your brand colors, get your logo, get your marketing material, and start getting ready to pretty much start a business. Once you have your business situated, you have your name, your logo, your colors, your EIN, and all of those things taken care of. Next thing you want to do is get your property up to code. So now's the time to get it ADA accessible. Make sure you have your rails, make sure you have your lighting, make sure you have your fire sprinkler systems, make sure you have your generator, all the things that's required in your state in order to run an assisted living facility business. So this can vary depending on what state you're in, but more times than none, you're definitely gonna make sure that it's handicap accessible. You have your grab rails, you have your showers with the roll-in showers of a regular home. All right, so now once your property is good to go, you have to get approved with the fire department once your sprinklers in, and then you got to get approved with the Department of Health once you have all your upgrades done. So you need both of those approvals before you're able to move on to the next step, which is doing your initial application. In Florida, we use ACA, your initial application. That's when you submit your policies and procedure, your emergency plan, your financials, your insurance, your lease. It's a whole lot list of things that you're gonna need. But that's when you submit your full package to ACA along with the necessary fees, and you send that out to them. So that can be a 3-month process for them to review. So you want to make sure you take your time and you try to get it done the first time correctly, because I believe they only review twice before there's an issue. You don't have to wait 6 months because you filled it out, submitted it, and they kicked it back, and then you made the changes and they kicked it back again. So try to get it right the first time. Have someone else look over it so that you know when it's submitted is only a few minor things, because trust me, they're gonna find something. So make sure the first time you try to get it perfect as possible. So it's only a couple things you have to adjust on the next submission. Now, during the time you're waiting for your application to be reviewed, you want to start furnishing the property, buying your beds, buying your sofas, dining tables, all of the above, everything they'll be utilizing throughout the day to make it a comfortable, safe living environment, patio furniture, porch furniture, everything that you'll need. This is time that you can do that. So I won't go too much in detail about furnishing a home. You want it to feel like a home environment. So all the things that you'll have if you had a large family of adults, 10 up to 10 people, then those are the type of things you'll need. Multiple sofas, sectionals, not too many rugs, not rug friendly. Avoid those if you can at all costs, because they're not, it's a good big trip hazard. So stay away from those. And once you're furnished, next thing you want to be doing is marketing. Um, Open houses, getting boots on the ground, going to rehabs, going to hospitals, going to nursing homes, going to larger communities. You want to start meeting social workers. You want to start meeting people. If you have a chambers of commerce, that's an opportunity as well to be able to join them, and maybe they can host a grand opening for you. So that's another opportunity to get as many eyes on the business as possible. You want to let people know that you're going to be in the area, what service you're going to be providing, and what it is that you're going to do. So definitely market during that time while you're waiting for licensing, so you can potentially have a line of potential clients or potential people working on your behalf to be able to get those beds filled. And now we at the end. So you found your target market, got your administrator license, found the property, did your zoning approval, established your business, you got your property approved with up the code with all your upgrades, got your property up the code, did your initial license with ARCA, furnished the property, did your marketing, and the last thing you need to be doing from there is your staffing and getting ready to open. So this is the time to go on Indeed, reach out to other facilities to see if you can get referrals for potential CNA workers or HHA workers, LPNs, anyone of that nature. So this is your time to start to do your interviewing, your training, and teaching them your policies and procedures. And even though you won't necessarily have any residents there, you want to make sure they're familiar with the facility. They come on a tour. They kind of see how things can be. You can kind of go through a day and have a schedule of what it would be like and what they can expect, so you want to set those expectations in the beginning so they know what's going on, what things should look like and what you want them to look like, and you getting ready to get your license and get the ball rolling from there. So that's it. Hopefully I covered everything. If you have any questions or concerns, you can reach out to me directly. I'm on all social media platforms at DGT Chuck or Chuck Frederick. I'm looking forward to helping anyone that needs help. I'm getting ready to start some consulting services soon and some mentoring. Click the link below to catch some more videos, because I go over different things about hiring, firing, how much you can make, and all things of that nature. Looking forward to helping anyone that needs help. Thanks for watching.